Okay.
I don't care what it look like, so I'm trying to tell you it's gonna be alright.
Okay.
I came out with some inspiration and some hope today.
Okay.
All time.
Okay.
Let's go.
Come sweet from the back to the front, the head of the tail, and we getting what we want. We're going from the bottom right up to the top. Ain't nobody playing 'cause we can't be stopped. 'Cause at the end, we win. We win.
Let's go.
We win. In the end, we win.
Let's get it. Come on.
What's good, YouTube? How y'all feeling today? It is your boy, your host with the most, Smooth T, and you are in the midst of another dynamic episode of Smooth T's We Win Sports Talk. Check it, you know how we do. Winning is the end game. So if you ain't about to win, don't go in. Yes, sir. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all being here with us today because you could have been anywhere in the country. You could have been anywhere across the world. But you came to kick it and choose to rock with your boy Smooth T. Today is going to be a great show. Man, I got some great special guests, man. I got part of the band together without Bobby Brown. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to have a good time today, man. I got a great, awesome show. But before we bring into the guests, look, y'all know how we do, man. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment. Let's continue to run these numbers up, man. YouTube, I appreciate everything y'all been doing, man. Y'all been showing your boy so much love, man. Nobody could imagine where we have come from and where we are right now. So, man, I appreciate y'all, man. So we bringing great content still. As you can see behind me, yo, the birthday balloons, man. It's my birthday month, man. So we doing a lot of reflecting. You know what I'm saying? So we celebrating and appreciating life. You know what I'm saying? So look, again, thank you for being here. Like, comment, subscribe. Also on all social media platforms. At Smooth T, the number 4 real. That's on all social media platforms. At Smooth T, the number 4 real. So look, without further ado, man, let's just go ahead and get into what we're gonna get into today. Let's bring in my guests, man. I'm gonna bring them in one by one. You already know this guy right here when he come in, because I consider him to be one of the greatest wingmans in the building, the greatest wingman in the country. So look, without further ado, let me bring in my first guy, LT the Guru. Please step to the stage, my boy. The best wingman in the business. Yes, sir. All right. How you feeling today, bro?
You already know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How we feeling?
All right.
Still celebrating, man.
Yes, sir. Now, this next special guest we're going to bring on is somebody, man. I've known this dude since he was a little kid with an afro. You know what I'm saying? We're in the 6th grade together. So we've been going to school for a long time, been knowing him, trying to get this guy to come on, and finally got a break and finally came to bless the platform. So I appreciate it, man. Everybody know him as Adrian. I know him as A-Dog. So A-Dog, welcome to the stage, man. Welcome to the We Win Sports Talk show, man.
What up, dog? I appreciate the intro, but I couldn't be the wingman, you know.
See, look, here you go already.
Yeah, you know, you already.
No. We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
I know, Larry, you know your guy, you know. Who you meet first, me or Larry?
It don't matter. And what they say in the NBA, the best ability is availability. He been available for us.
Well, I let him fly. I let him fly because watch this. OH.
I-O.
You know what? Where my head at, man? I'm not hearing that right there. I'm not hearing none of that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, y'all can do that, but we still go blue right here. You know what I'm saying?
What Janet Jackson say?
It don't matter, man.
What have you done for me lately?
Ooh, yeah. Except for one thing. They wouldn't be where they would be without us. Because, see, we help motivate them to get to the next level when we beat them up there in the horseshoe. So, go blue.
Tomatoes.
You know. Look, he been waiting to talk this junk for about 4 months. So, I'm going to let you get that out. And I already said y'all was gonna win the championship anyway. So y'all just did what I predicted anyway. But with us beating y'all, I had a great season. So I'm gonna let y'all have that championship. But we'll be back next year.
You didn't let us have nothing, sir. But go ahead.
So I'm gonna let y'all have that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got it this year. You know what I'm saying? One thing we can't say, Big Ten has won 2 in a row. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give y'all that.
Okay.
Even though y'all ain't beat us in 5 years, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And Larry, I got that text you sent me today about the whether or not the big game was as important as it was back in the day. I mean, you a long time Ohio fan. I'm a long time Go Blue guy. So to us, it matters. Anybody that's been a fan of this game for a long time, it matters. So I don't care what they say. Me and you know what's going down, and that it matters. That's all I'm saying.
I think it matters because we got our little tradition. But I mean, the coach said it best. The Hall of Fame coach said it. And I'm like, I told you, it got me thinking, like, because of the way the playoffs are set up now, it's like the game, it used to be that game would either vault you into the playoffs or eliminate you. We lost that game and still made the playoffs. So it's like, all I'm saying is the impact of it is not what it used to be. And it's like, I think over time, it is gonna affect it because it's like before, like he said, Ohio State fans and Michigan fans are obsessed with each other, and it might be time to at least be like, hey, it's serious, but it ain't that serious because you can still win a chip, even though you lose that game. So that's all I'm
I
saying.
give you that. That's the truth. It's serious, but it ain't that serious to the point to where it used to be at. But for those of us that are traditionalists with this game, I know good and well when y'all come to Ann Arbor next year, you want to lead with the W on your side.
We better lead with the W.
So anybody that's a fan, you know, y'all want them gold pants. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all still want them gold pants at the end of the year. But just like we want to make sure that we can say, nah, we beat that school in Ohio. So, but I get it. On the metric standpoint, it don't mean as much as it was because before, if you lost that game, we was just done for the season and just waiting for a bowl game. Whereas now, if you lose that game and you had a great year, you can still get in and be in the playoff as y'all shown and get the championship. You know what I'm saying? But I get y'all this. Y'all are the kings of the first timers. Because when the BCS hit the first time, y'all got the first championship.
Right.
You know, now we went to the 12 playoffs. Y'all got this championship. So y'all the king of the first timers. I give y'all that. You know what I'm saying? So, but look, let's get into some good juicy stuff. So, oh man. So on today's show, we got a few things we're gonna talk about. A couple of them may be a little sensitive to both of y'all. But I want to get y'all perspective on something that me and Doe had talked about on Saturday about what happened with this whole some of the biggest news in sports right now has been this LeBron James, Stephen A. Smith conversation. But before we go into it, I want to show this video clip, a couple of them of what Stephen A. had to say, and then what Ryan Clark had to say. And I want to get y'all perspective on that. So give me a second. Let's pull this up.
Let's do it. Let's run it.
I'm represented by William Morris Endeavor. The founder of William Morris Endeavor, Ari Emanuel, had courtside seats right next to the Lakers bench. He had Larry David with him, star of Curb Your Enthusiasm. I'm sitting with them. I get there in the first quarter. I'm sitting courtside, and I stand up, and then I got my head turned.
Mind you, before we finish, put the women and children to bed because Stephen A went to his street side on this one right here. So this one ain't for the FCC and this one ain't for the kids. So I got to get out to let y'all know. All right, back to the show.
And then I turned back around, and a lot of people thought this was the end of the game or something like that. This was in the third quarter. Apparently, LeBron had walked out of the timeout, and I turn around, and he's right here in my face. He said, yo, you got to stop talking shit about my son. You got to stop fucking with my son. That's my son. That's my son. And I was like, what? He said, nah, fuck that. I said, yo, let's talk later. He's like, fuck that. Nah, fuck that. You got to stop fucking with my son. And I said, all right, though. And he walked off. So I remember during a timeout in the first quarter, seeing Bronny. And Bronny looked over at me. And he had this sad look on his face. And I'm imagining Pop saw that shit. It hit him. Yeah. And he couldn't hold it, and he rolled up on me. And so when I went on the air the next morning, first things first, believe it or not, I know this is shocking for people to believe, but I didn't have any intentions on talking about it until I woke up that morning and saw that the shit had gone viral. Once the shit had gone viral, the bosses at ESPN, now you got to talk about it. This is you and him. You got to talk about it. I said, fine. So I go on the air and I said, the first thing that I'm going to do is establish that this was a father talking to me, not a player. And that was what threw me off. And I was glad, even though I thought that he misrepresented the argument, I was glad he did. Because you see, what he was really talking about, which was confirmed with his conversation with Richard Jefferson, is that I was talking about him as a father. And so what happens is that had he said that to me, then I wouldn't have been thrown off. I'd have came right back at him. Yes, I was. I was talking about you. You did this shit, which I'll get to in a second. But because he didn't do that, I said, fine, you let it go. Mind you, I just agreed to my contract. Courtside. That day was when it was announced. It's all over, everywhere. I be right? Yeah. It's a nationally televised game. The cameras are rolling. And I'm like, if I do anything, this is going to be a scene. Now, we can sit up here in front all we want to and act like we don't work for somebody. Damn it, I work for Walt Disney. And if I had gotten into some shit with him at courtside right there at that moment, no matter how right I would have been, it would have been wrong. And I was like, I'm not going to do this. But once I saw the tape of him talking to Richard Jefferson Saturday night in Boston, that was when I got really pissed because that was confirmation. Now let's get to the father thing. And I'm so glad y'all asked me about this shit because all I would ask is that I've been around for 30 years. Tell me the parent that said they heard me talking about them. I've never done it. What happened was this man was the one that said, you want me, draft him. I'll come play anywhere he's at. It ain't even about the money. This man is the one who said he's better than some of the NBA players are right now when he was in high school. If you go back and look at the tape, back then I said, stop. You can't do this. If you do that shit, you're bringing more pressure on your son. LeBron, stop. I said it then. This is before he got drafted. Stop doing this. He goes to USC. He got the heart ailment. I'm like, thank God he's okay. He gonna be all right. But I'm not gonna go see him at USC, just like I didn't go see him at Sierra Canyon, because like I ain't see Melo's son. I heard your son is all world. I ain't see him. Your son, I never saw these guys until they came pro, because I know No. It's not that.
Okay.
I know that because of who I am and what I've established for myself in this industry, if I walk into an arena, everybody is looking for me to critique that person. And I don't want to do that because they want to come up. I'm not covering college. I'm covering pro.
And they kids.
Huh? And they kids. Well, I'm saying, but if I was a college reporter, then I would have had to. But I wasn't. So why am I going to be there? I didn't want to put that extra pressure. So I never went. I went on national television and announced to the world, I'm not going to see him. He goes to USC. I'm not going to see him. It's too much. It's too much. And then now he's got to overcome this heart ailment. So I can't judge him. But then they said, oh, he going pro. So then once you say he's going pro, okay, you're talking to the scouts and the evaluators and everybody else. Yo, man, this is them. He'll be lucky to be a second round pick. He'll be lucky. He ain't ready, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I ain't seen him, y'all. I haven't seen him. Then all of a sudden, Rich Paul and others at Clutch, and then the story headlines follow. Boston might be interested. Golden State might be interested. Phoenix might be interested. Clippers might be. You start hearing all of this, and you're like, this could be true, or this could be them wielding their magic to make it look such a way. I say nothing. He gets drafted by the Lakers, which everybody knew was going to happen because, the skids were greased, and he gets drafted. I still say nothing. He goes into the pro. It's opening night. Now, remember, most cats talk about the league. I cover it. What I mean by that is that you can give your opinion. You might not be on the phone with the commissioner. You might not be on the phone with the executive VP. You might not be on the phone with other people that work in these offices. I am. So because of that, I'm hearing all of this. Yeah, we just going to go along with it. Open the night I'm talking about. Open the night. And Bryant, we just going to go along with it. Or you hearing the Lakers are just going along with it. You're hearing this stuff. Now, I'm not saying they told me that, meaning the commissioner or Jeannie Buss, but I'm saying you're hearing that from those organizations. So I'm getting all of this. I still say nothing. I'm cool. I'm at crypto.com arena. I'm one of those cats standing there.
Staples Center.
Ken Griffey, Steve Senior and Junior, who all-stars, Hall of Famer, and Ken Griffey Jr. They got them there. And again, I've been covering it for 30 years, not NBA, sports. You understand? So how you think it's all looking to me? It's a little bit too choreographed. But I'm still. I'm still like this. Congratulations. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking, let's have this moment because LeBron deserves it. The brother, I got him number 2 all time behind Jordan, right? He's done so much for the league. He's generated so much money. I don't want to hear about Bronny and the $8 million. As far as I'm concerned, LeBron underpaid. This shit, that's $8 million he should have had in his pocket. It's no big deal to me. But the one thing I did say was that one game right there is the moment. Now you got to go to the G League and earn your stripes. Instead, he's playing and playing and playing. And I'm getting stats. And he go against Philly. They put him in the first quarter. And Tyrese and them gave it to him. And then they plaster on SportsCenter 0.3 points, 0.3 rebounds, 0.4 assists, blah, blah, blah. And I said, damn. Why? Because I'm like, now I can't ignore it. Because how am I doing my job? If now you put me in a position where because they put the stats up, everyone is blowing it up. They're putting it on all their social media pages. And it's like, how do all of that's happening? But Stephen A. Smith got nothing to say. I can't get away with it no more. So I go on the air and I say the same thing I said over the summer. Yo, LeBron, if we see this, you're his dad and you're a basketball savant. You must see this. Don't do this. Because you're putting him under such a microscope. It's going to be too much for him to overcome. Give him a chance. So that's what I said. And because I prefaced it by saying, as a dad, the only reason I said as a dad is because you marketed yourself as his dad to help him get into the league. You didn't do that. Melo didn't do that, or it hasn't yet, and I know he wouldn't.
D-Wade,
Tim Hardaway Sr., Rick Barry, the list goes. None of them did that. None of them. He's the only one. And I said, yo, that's why I'm saying this to you. I don't want to do this. I know your intentions are honorable. Go back and watch the whole tape of me saying it. I know your intentions are honorable. I know you don't mean harm. But there's some vultures out here, and they're going to come for him. And how many times over the years, to get to your point, in terms of what you asked me about what you expect from me, Stephen A., blah, blah, how many, find the brothers in the industry that will tell you, I did not give them a lookout. I go up to them all the time. Yo, come here. I'm not going to be able to help you if you get to this point. You need to stop this shit right now because it's coming. It's coming. That, to me, is where I reach back and I pay back. All
right. So with that being said, so as it progressed on, thank you. Shout out for Gilbert Arenas show, because he's the one that allowed us to be able to view that the right way. But Stephen A. was also asked, so how you felt about it? He's like, I felt it was weak for him to come up to me like that because he knew, number one, it was national televised. It was a third quarter, and outside of the game, he knows how to contact me. He's like, Rich Paul, them have my number, and if they had something to say to me, they could have easily been like, hey, man, Bron need to talk to you after the game. Will you stay? He said, yes, I will stay. I would have stayed, but he came at to me at a point to where everybody's seeing it, and everybody knows was that I can't respond back to it, but everybody's seeing it. So I'm gonna open the floor up to y'all. That was his explanation. That's why I want us to see that. That was it. That was his explanation of how everything happened, because he was really saying what he said was, I was saying, Bron, you did this to Bronny. I'm not talking about Bronny. I'm talking about the position that you putting him in, kind of in the sense of the same way they was talking about LeVar Ball when he was talking about his kids. Now you putting him a big spotlight on him, and he ain't ready for the league. He should be in the G League. Now, to the note,
I agree with everything he said. The only thing I wouldn't apologize because he never said nothing wrong. What you apologizing for? You know,
right?
Ronnie, he put his son on the big stage. At this point, they're like going into the Army. Once you're in the Army, you're a grown man. That dude a grown man now. You put him in the league, he got to get it like everybody else do. And he didn't say nothing wrong. He didn't say he sucked. Well, his stat said itself, but he just pretty much said what everybody was saying. He's not ready, and he's not. Period. You know what I'm saying? You put that man in the league, so he got to get it like everybody else. He sucked.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I think the only part where I would say they should ease up on LeBron a little bit is the whole nepotism thing. We know nepotism is a thing that runs rampant at every level of every profession. Where there are some colleges that people automatically get to go to because their parents went there.
No doubt.
And so a parent paving the way for his child is quote unquote one of the American dreams. And so I feel like LeBron shouldn't get flack for that. But I do agree that, hey, Bryant in this league, he's going to have to earn it. And it looked like he's not getting a chance to earn it because LeBron's legacy has kind of simplified and made it a little easy for him. So it's
I agree with that all day. If my son, you come on in, but he knew his son wasn't ready though. If his son was ready, his son ain't ready.
I think his parental feelings is coming through right there. Like it's one of the few instances where we get to see a parent that's a nationally televised one of the greatest athletes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you get to see that athlete, his parent side come out, and he just wants the best for his son. And you know, we'll cross all types of rivers and do things for our children, and that's what you see on the national stage. You see LeBron do that for Bryant, and it's not a great look. So that's my take on that. Like I'm with you, Adrian. I agree with everything Stephen A. said. It's just I felt LeBron should have came at him a little more professional because that would have been two hood dudes. A fight that broke out right there in the ring. Like I think Stephen A. was basically saying that. Like it almost popped off. But he was like, I work for Disney. I couldn't take it there. And I know LeBron a little hood. I know where he's from. LeBron got a little hood in him. I seen his mama and where she come from. LeBron got that hood in him. And
but you know what, Larry? It's, now that you say that, and I agree, but he don't got the hood in him. I know we all about the same age, right?
Yeah.
He don't got the hood in him because you know where we from. He would have talked to his son, say, "Hey, I can get you here, but this is what about to happen. Can you handle that?" I know my dad would have said, "Look, you know what I'm saying." So that emotion, he still should have left it on the side. And if he did wanted to handle that, like you said, Larry, he should have handled it like Stephen A. said. Call me.
Right.
Him handling it the way he did, I didn't think. Yeah.
All right.
That was soft to
right
me.
way. That wasn't the way to do it.
Yeah.
So check this out. Look at what Ryan Clark had to say. Then I'm gonna speak my piece on the whole thing.
Correct, man. One, I would never compare myself to LeBron James and what he's accomplished, the stress and the critique that's come along with being who he is, right? That's a different level of scrutiny and expectations that he's had as opposed to other athletes. And I do understand the father part though, right? Because I got 3 babies. Like, I'll kill for mine. More importantly, I'll die for them. And so I understand wanting to protect them. And Stephen A. said that wasn't LeBron James, the athlete. That was LeBron James, the father. But what I say there is you got to separate that, right? One of Pop's famous lines on Friday was, "No, baby, let him be a man." Bron got to let Bronny be a man. The first thing Jordan told me when he saw that, because we were together, he said, "Pop, I'd lose my shit." He said, if I did that, if someone was talking about him and I did what LeBron James did, he would lose it. He said, you got to let me be a man.
All fair points up.
So, as we all, well, I hadn't said it, but as y'all already have spoken, you know what I'm saying, which is the same thing, echoed the same thing, that there's a better way to handle that. Like, and I'm gonna do a comparison with it because I feel the same way. That if you did everything you did, and Larry, I agree with you 100% on the nepotism, man. As much stuff we don't went through as black folks, you know what I'm saying, and let's just be real. White folks been doing this forever. How you think Luke Walton got to the NBA, and still doing it? So I agree. The fact that LeBron was able to use his power and use his name to get Bronny in the league, big clap. You know what I'm saying? However, what you got to do is you have to prepare them, like Adrian said, when they get into the league, you got to let them know, hey, man, now this is what's going to happen. Now, my comparison is this, because the funny thing was the same time that was the next video that we was going to get into was Shador Sanders went through almost something small being critical in the combine because everybody was talking about he arrogant. Well, let's get it right. Not everybody. Some reporters that didn't want to say their name was bringing out stuff about him saying he arrogant and we don't think he ready and this other. And my homie Deuce the Scoop, who is actually someone that talks to Prime on a regular basis, asked Coach Prime, said, hey, how you feel about Shador? What's going on with him? And Coach Prime's exact words were, I ain't worried about it. God got him. He good. He been prepared for this his whole life. And when you look at it and when you hear Shador's video, Shador's already saying, nah, my dad already told us about what's going on. We've been seeing this our whole life. So I'm used to people saying something or got something to say. The thing was, Prime could have easily came out and said, y'all leave my kid. Because once they stopped playing for him, he's like, okay, you're a grown man now. You getting ready to enter into the league of the pros. So I can't talk for y'all as your college coach no more. You got to know you've been prepared for this your whole life, which is the same thing that I felt like what y'all was saying is that LeBron should have been doing the same thing to Bryant. yeah, you're gonna have a moment that you happy that that you in the league, but now you got to know what come with it, the scrutiny that's gonna come with it. You got to know what it is. The same stuff that like everybody was so hard on LeVar Ball when he was trying to bring up what his sons could do with Lonzo, Jello, and Melo, and everybody went him hard because he was believing in what his son's done. And really, the truth of the matter is, he the one got the last laugh because all three of them doing very well. You know, Lonzo still got his contract, Melo got his contract, and Jello, even though he ain't playing ball, he got a rap contract. So,
Oh,
so I agree with y'all on that. You know what I'm saying? That's one point. LeBron, he can't let them feelings show on his shoulders because you know your whole life you've been getting talked about. So you should have did a better job of preparing him to be in the league and for what's gonna happen. L.
A couple things. First of all, the stats that Stephen A brought up. LeBron is a 12th, 13th, even maybe a 14th man all coming off that bench, depending on, a given night. He's producing stats that anybody in that spot is producing. So I think that was kind of wrong. That any 12th man, that's pretty much what their stats look like. So he's got to grow. And the one plus side of this is, hey, if he gets a chance to play out of an 82 game season, if he gets a chance to play in maybe like 20, 25, 30 games, that's going to be mad crazy experience for him going into his second year. Because as we know and have read, as sports fans, you grow the most from your first to second year. So once he masters the speed of the game, now he's going to know what he's got to do in the offseason in terms of his workouts, physically, and as far as his skill level. And I think if he's still given that opportunity again, I think you'll see a different player next year.
No, I will say this because to give Bryant a shout out, Bryant been balling out in the G League. He been balling pretty good in the G League. What you got, A?
He muted. You got to unmute.
Hey, take your mute. You muted, agent. Take your mute button off.
I'm sorry. He was 55th pick. Everybody after him is not doing jack. You know what I'm saying? So in retrospect, it wasn't a bad pick considering who came. You know what I'm saying? Far as who the Lakers drafted. Nobody's doing that, like you say, but he killing in the G League,
Yeah.
So
I don't. Yeah, I don't take that away from him. You know what I'm saying? I think the one thing, like everybody says, that LeBron has to understand that, okay, at some point, you got to know when you put him out there on that big stage, he open game. Like AJ, I think one of your best moments we always talked about was when when Patrick Beverly played against Lonzo Ball that first game.
But like I tell you, I didn't mind him being in. If you're gonna let him be there and play, because like I say, wait till Patrick Beverly gonna get a hold to him, because that's gonna tell you where his mind at. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to stick with you about when he got a hold of the ball. Oh my God, no, But I think if you're gonna let him play, you gotta let him play, man. Just let him play.
Yeah.
I mean, experience is the best. And like Larry say, by the time his second season, look who his dad is. Best buy. Look how he gonna be all right, man. Just
no doubt. I definitely think he gonna be all right. I definitely think that he gonna be well. Like I say, for him to produce the 20 points that he produced in the G League, he doing 25-5 over in the G League. You know what I'm saying? So to produce that, he balling.
Think his brother better than he is, but go ahead.
No, Bryce, yeah.
Bryce, that guy.
But a lot of times it's like that, man. The babies always end up being the better ones. You know what I'm saying? That same thing happened with Melo.
Mm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
So no,
the Melo, his dad already said Melo was the best out of all of them.
Yeah. But I mean, it's like that because they used to getting beat up by their big brothers. That they get it's a toughness that they get, So, but I think overall that he gonna be all right. I just think that LeBron could have handled that a better way, like what we said of a phone call or wait for me after the game. But you did it on national spotlight where everybody's seen it, which is gonna bring conversation and talk about it. And I think us being as dads,
Duck push that nigga. No, go ahead.
I, I think us being dads was like, nah, man, because I've been on them sidelines with people talking about kids, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm not. I say that interview went on with Nick Young. Like, I mean, I'm gonna be the best. I'm gonna be the best supporter of my son. If he good, if he ain't good, I'm gonna tell him he good. I say, nah, you can't do that. I ain't never been that person. If my son ain't good, I'm gonna be like, son, we need to work on some stuff. I was like, because right now there's a reason why you're not starting. I ain't gonna just flat out say you suck, but I'm gonna say, no, you got a lot of improvement that you got to do. That's why you ain't out there playing. But I'm still show up and support you, but we're gonna have to work. Now, how bad do you want it? And that's what I did with my son. So, you know, but yeah, so appreciate that take from y'all guys. I didn't I didn't present this banner, but I'm gonna go and put it right there now. So the question was LeBron overreacting to Stephen A. Smith. I say I think he was, and that he should have handled it in a better situation. So in a better way, that's more professional. So I think Stephen A. handled it right, and I agree with you, Agent. I don't think Stephen A. owed no apology for what he said because he didn't really. His main thing wasn't critiquing Bronny as being bad. He was just saying, LeBron, you got to slow down because you're putting your son in a spotlight situation that you got to make sure he's ready for it. And if he ain't ready for it, the league gonna show and expose it. Which so, but
I think in terms of that question, if I could just add, I don't think LeBron overreacted so much as more as he just handled it the wrong way. He reacted the way a parent would react. I feel like it's just he could have handled it a little different. That's my opinion with that question.
But if you handle it in the wrong way, is that overreaction or overly emotional?
But that he didn't act it because he technically, Larry, he did. Well, if you look at Stephen A, never said anything wrong. He didn't bash him and say he sucked. He didn't bash him. So you know what I'm saying? He didn't do anything wrong. So yes, I think LeBron overreacted. He ain't like somebody came and slapped him. Like, leave on my son. You know what I'm saying? I get that part, Larry. I get that. But if you look through all his interviews, he's never said, he ain't called him a bitch or suck or he ain't called him none of that. He just said, hey, he is not ready. That's part of that's his job. So yeah, he overreacted.
Now, mind you, that doesn't take away because Agent is the greatest Lakers fan that I know personally one-on-one. So that's not gonna take anything away from what LeBron has done. And L being from Cleveland, I ain't even gotta say nothing else. I just said that right there. So both of y'all got a love for LeBron that's unhuman sometimes.
Hold on, let's be clear. Larry different. I'm an organizational fan.
Yeah, I know.
I'm Lakers. So I'm gonna make right is right, wrong is wrong. He was wrong.
Yeah.
No. It's kind of like how you be trying to tell me about Michael Jordan, be like, oh, you can't say nothing bad about Michael Jordan T. But I'd be like, no, because that joker was wrong because he should. How he did Juanita, you know what I'm saying? I ain't feeling that. You know what I'm saying? So,
hey, let me ask you this then. Who's your GOAT in the NBA?
My GOAT? Like my favorite player?
Who's the GOAT? Not your favorite player. Who's the GOAT?
Now?
Of all time. Of all time, who's the GOAT?
Y'all go LeBron.
LeBron is your GOAT, and then what? MJ?
Kobe?
Kobe's your two?
Hold on. Let me be fair. I got Jordan. It's like a 1A, 1B. I don't care which way you flip it. They the same exact damn person.
Kobe and LeBron. I mean,
Kobe and Jordan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But James Worthy is my favorite Laker favorite player. But yeah. I put LeBron first, then Kobe, Jordan, Kobe, however you want to put it.
Yeah. I always tell people, for me, right now, and I feel like LeBron just overtook him as the GOAT because of all the stuff that he's been doing. To me, MJ is the best winner of all time. But LeBron right now for me is the best player of all time. Like just what he's done, his body of work. And I think Gilbert Arenas said it best. They talking about his longevity, He's gonna break records, but LeBron was the youngest to 1,000 points, the youngest to 5,000 points, the youngest to 10. Every point that he makes, he's always the youngest. So he's doing his thing. And one other thing, let me say this. LeBron is the first player to have so much high expectations, and he superseded that
from day one.
He had all that pressure, and he superseded it. To me, he's the GOAT. Even Michael Jordan had that kind of pressure.
Hold on, T. Let me piggyback off that because I know what T going. Let me piggyback off that, Larry. You absolutely 1,000% correct. Hold on. When you just because he used the right word, you looking at Bron's body of work, correct? Correct?
Yeah.
Why they started Jordan's career in the 90s? Why they start Jordan's career in 92, 93? What about the 7 years he was taking them L's when Detroit Pistons and Larry Bird were whooping that tail? Now, to be fair, once he got it, he got it. But we talking about body of work. Isaiah and him and Bird and them was busting that tail every chance they got. You know what I'm saying? Let's look at the whole body. LeBron came out of since 9th grade, 10th grade? They put a crown on his head.
Yeah, he been winning championships, right?
Yeah. They put a crown on his head. He, like you say, he's superseded what they expected. So yes, he's the GOAT.
How they do in the cartoon? Energize me. Hey! Okay, look. So
Jordan's shoes are good. You know, his shoes look better than Bron.
The funny thing, neither one of y'all got a pair of LeBrons that you rock on a regular basis.
No, I
but
had a pair. That was a long time ago. So let me just knock this home run for y'all on this one. Because Michael Jordan is the GOAT. He is the icon and the trendsetter. Now, mind you, LeBron, if you stay in the league long enough, you're going to break every record. The thing is, LeBron started at 18. Mike started at 23.
Break that down real quick again. You must hear what Larry said.
No. So, therefore, I heard what he said. So, therefore, when you looking at all the records that he broke, yes, as far as breaking records, LeBron is the best. But as far as the greatest NBA player to touch that hardwood, and to do what you did to the NBA, there is no LeBron without Michael Jordan.
And
the contract LeBron just got
I said, and he never got cut.
The LeBron contract he just got with Nike, he don't have it without Michael Jordan. Mike came in and set the trend. That's why he's the icon.
I disagree.
So hold on, because I'll let you have all that LeBron talk. Okay. So now you want to talk about the 80s? Mike is the only player to win MVP same year as a Defensive Player of the Year award, same year as lead in the scoring, same year, and to win the dunk contest and win All-Star MVP. That's before he got his championship. He was already making a mark of who he was. This was 1989, huh?
Those individual stats. He wasn't winning no chips.
But you said don't nobody talk about what Mike did in the 80s. He was the only player to win Defensive Player of the Year award. Almost averaged a triple-double in that year. Won MVP, won All-Star MVP, dunk contest, and led the league in scoring.
Who cares a damn about a dunk contest?
No, but I'm saying he had 6 accolades in that year: a Defensive Player of the Year and Offensive Player of the Year. Who's done that? Both Offensive Player and Defensive Player of the Year?
Yeah, because he
come on, man.
He wasn't passing the ball to nobody. You know, I'll be damned.
He almost had a triple-double that year. What are you talking about? He averaged 30.
He went 50 for 99.
No, he averaged 32. 32, 8 and 9 that year. He almost averaged a triple-double in 89.
I get that too if I didn't pass the ball.
Agent, what you don't understand is if you averaging 9 assists a game, that means you passing the ball, bro. What are you talking about? And he won Defensive Player of the Year, so that means he playing on both sides of the ball.
When the when the other 4 players got up on him, he threw that one. Here you go.
Mm-mm. But
When he-
hey, everything is opinionated. I'm gonna get Larry. I can't believe you just said that blasphemy though. But I understand. He's a
Look, 'cause he
Cleveland
was
guy.
correct. He was correct.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. The fact, I mean, of course, we know that Michael Jordan did some things that no player has ever done, and he paved the way.
Well,
But
we
the fact
used
that
to see him.
LeBron is in the conversation with Jordan lets you know that they're arguably the GOATs. And I mean,
No.
anybody who feels like Jordan is the GOAT, I can't argue that because he's that good. Kobe, even though I feel like Kobe is a distant 3 for me, because to me, Kobe he had points where he was like really a ball hog and a terrible teammate. And I get it. He had the Kobe mentality. So
Jordan
for me,
they the same person. Jordan was an asshole too.
right. He's a distant 3 for me, though. I feel like for a long time it was Jordan. It wasn't until I think when LeBron passed the point total, I was like, he's my GOAT because he's got 4 rings. Yeah, he's lost in the finals, but we all know to even be in the GOAT conversation, you got to have multiple rings. LeBron checks that box. He's done lots of things in a season that Jordan hasn't done.
Just for him to make it 10 times is a
right.
No. Making it 10 times. When do we start celebrating
no.
appearance?
That's not what I'm saying, T. I'm just saying everybody know whether it's baseball, football, whatever. It's hard to do that mess every year.
Right.
And he does it every year. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
But every time Mike went, every time Mike went,
say what?
Every time Mike went, Mike won. It wasn't a thought about them losing. Every time they went, they won, and probably could have won 2 more had he not played baseball.
That's why Jordan is the best winner, hands down. Jordan is the best winner.
Hold on, but
LeBron.
Hold on. And Jordan said it. So you get on Bron.
No, for the record, I like Bron. Bron is my number 2.
I'm just saying, Jordan. You keep saying Jordan. Until Pippen got there.
Not true. I know what you're about to say. Because when Pippen got there, it took Pippen a couple of years. It wasn't until Mike said, "You know what? Come here. I need you to get better because I need help." Mike took Pippen under his wing. Mike took Pippen under his wing, and they trained together. Mike said, "No, you're training with me this morning," and they did that, and Pippen got better. Don't make me put. I pull receipts, dog. I'll pull the video. It's like so, but Mike even said it though. Mike even said, "I don't win 6 championships without Scottie Pippen." Mike said that, which is why when I do the Chicago Bulls show and I'm trying to figure out how Pippen tripping, I got receipts on everything on all that. So Mike, you right.
Okay, let me ask you this then. Maybe I'm gonna ask the question. Maybe I'm gonna ask you can fix it. I'm gonna just ask it. If Jordan said out his mouth he wouldn't have never won none of his championship without Pippen, I know he giving me his just due. Why are we putting Jordan like he by himself, like he did?
No, because Mike is the ultimate alpha player. Like Pippen didn't get his alpha until Mike helped him, and then the proof of that was when Mike left, he only took the Chicago Bulls to the second round of the playoffs. Even though he won the MVP in the All-Star game that year, when they played the real game in the All-Star,
how far Jordan took him without Pippen?
Eastern Conference Final. And it was Detroit that did it, and that was the year Pippen had the migraine. But that was
I'm talking about Jordan. I mean Pippen. I mean Jordan.
Talking about without Pippen.
How far Jordan took the Chicago without Pippen? Before they drafted him.
He ain't had no squad. They would get bounced in the second round.
That's not what I asked you. I said how far did Jordan take?
They got bounced in the second round. Okay. However, what you gotta understand is when Mike left the first time, they had already had 3 rings. So therefore, Pippen was supposed to be equipped to do what he did.
No, no,
But they got
I'm not arguing what they did together. I'm going before. I'm
no
the
second
whole
round.
body of work. The whole body of work.
Second round. Second round.
Okay.
So, but that's a whole that we don't win a whole nother way on the show. But that's cool because I love it. I love it. I love it. That's what make it good for television. Make it good for YouTube.
You know I'm gonna go
Dang.
left on everything, but
Hmm?
I said you know I'm gonna go left for everything. But Larry explained the Jordan. I agree. Man,
So for the record, I'm Mike, LeBron, and then Kobe.
I don't see why he said. Hold on, I don't agree. Let me go back, Larry. And like T says, opinion based. Why Kobe? What's a distant 3?
So one of my ways of talking about who's the greatest, because I've done top 3, top 10, top 20 lists.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many players that have the accolades, the physical stats in a sport.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do is, and this could just be me, I begin to look at some of the other things that they've done and have not done.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, outside of the sport, Kobe just wasn't a great person like Jordan. You know what I mean? LeBron has been a model citizen. He done started schools. You don't hear no scandals about
So
him.
you talking about the whole when we say whole body, well, you talking about off court too?
Yes, because I feel like you got to do something to separate the greats from the GOATs. And I feel
Kobe
like
started the little basketball thing. You talking about something more than that, like LeBron did with the school, like something
right
like that?
For me, that's what I'm saying. It might just be me. I'm a person that, in order to give me my GOAT list,
Mm-hmm.
what else have you done? Because you got hundreds of players with great stats.
Mm-hmm.
And Kobe was a phenomenal basketball player. We don't doubt that.
Mm-hmm.
But he was a terrible teammate. He did some pretty bad things outside of the sport. You know, it's like that puts him down for me a little bit.
I guess we agree on LeBron, but like I said, I think him and Jordan was the same outside of the sex part here. They were the same damn people.
I pretty much agree with that because Kobe copied.
Right.
He copied every move. He copied all Jordan's moves. So yeah.
Man, he chew gum like him, walk like him.
Yeah.
Kobe was a bad boy. That is my dog. He'll like her. He'll like her. He'll like
her. And that's
but
fine.
I agree.
Yeah. Kobe's great.
I hate when nobody don't put him up there though. At least even here a distant 3, it's like they skip over him. Period. That's what I don't like.
Yeah, for me, the 1 and 2 are closer than the 2 and 3 for me.
Mm-hmm.
I just made LeBron my number 1, my GOAT. Jordan is right there, but Kobe is easily my 3 because my 1 and 2 is going to be MJ or LeBron.
Okay.
So for me, Kobe he's not 2 or 3. He's not 2 or 1.
Okay.
He's definitely 3. If that makes sense.
Okay.
So Kobe is my.
I just made it so I can have a 3. I just made them 2 and 1 so I can have me another 3rd.
Kobe is a 3 for me because him and Mike play the same position. But LeBron is definitely my number 2 for me. Now, to defend Kobe, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a couple things Kobe did that me and Adrian, we talk like, oh, Kobe can't do that one. You know what I'm saying? Like when he tried to tell on Shaq, you know what I'm saying?
On Shaq, yeah.
You can't do that. However,
he was young.
Right. You have to understand he came into the league at a young age too. And what I like was how Kobe evolved into a better person, into a better player and a better teammate. So I'm not going to hold him to how he did before because I saw him progress. I saw him become a better teammate, and I saw him become that person that invited and went out with his team where at first he didn't because he felt like he had to prove himself because he came in, he had Eddie Jones, and he was sitting on the bench, so he had to prove himself to get focused about the game. So I ain't gonna say he was a bad person, like somebody over here that's a wingman, you know, but I'm gonna say he evolved. You know what I'm saying? It became a consummate family person, and that woke him up. That incident woke him up. Now, what I will say about Bron is the fact that Bron has never had. I think when you say best career of all time, I'm gonna give that to LeBron. I will give him that because LeBron has come into the league, and if is all you can say about LeBron is when he said, I'm gonna take my talents to Miami, and you mad about that?
Not
You
one,
know,
not two, not three. Yeah, I
yeah.
agree.
Now that if you mad about that, then I mean, other than that, LeBron ain't had no scandals through his whole career. He's been a consummate person. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's had a great career as a great person. So I will say, far as media goes and what he's been able to do, LeBron has had a great career, and I think he's had one of the greatest careers. You know what I'm
Great
saying?
family, man. Great family, man.
Right. That don't make him the GOAT in my picture, though. That just makes him on the court and off the court. He's the greatest because Mike don't have his issues off the court that I totally disagree with. But on the court, I'm taking Mike. So, all right. We wasn't trying to go there. We're gonna go back there because I'm gonna bring in my backup with GOAT when Doe come on here. I'm gonna bring my backup for this Mike thing, and he gonna really let y'all have it.
Get off his nuts, man. He'll be all right.
Look, man, here you go, cheerleading.
Jordan ain't talking about Jordan. He ain't.
I will say if that's the case, then can I have them cement fours in your closet, bro?
I
We
said he
we
got better
we,
shoes than
we worldwide now. Since you want me to get off his nuts, can I have them cement fours? I would.
I said, bro. I mean, Jordan got better shoes.
So
Now
Larry,
them new Kobe's coming out funky though.
Larry, he got a pair of Jordan 4 cement fours, them OGs in his closet that I've been trying to get from him for a few years, but he don't want to give them to me. So that's what we're referring to. So, all right, fellas.
I'm about to cut it short, guys.
No, I'm about to let you go because I know you got to get up early in the morning. So I'm gonna let AJ get off.
In the morning, Larry. You still hooping?
What about the hooping in the morning?
I said, you still hooping?
What you mean?
Did you go play ball?
Oh, yeah,
You talking about?
Yeah, I'm still hooping.
Yeah.
So look, first of all, before you go, dog, I want to say, man, I appreciate you being on the show, man. Appreciate you coming out, man. Don't make this the last time, man. We've been doing you too long, and so. But from the bottom of my heart, though, boy to boy, I appreciate you being here, man. Appreciate you blessing the platform with your presence. So, man, enjoy your night, man. Show love to the family for me, man. I appreciate you, boy. For real.
All right, Larry.
All right, Adrian.
All right, L. Before we let you go, man, I want to touch on one quick thing, man, because I know we're big as far as just equal opportunities and everything. Did you get an opportunity to check out the Unrivaled championships or hear anything about the Unrivaled stuff that just happened?
I watched the championship game, the Rose, the other night. Shout out to the Rose.
Man, let me tell you, boy. Even before that game, did you see the semifinals before that game? The Sunday night game where
I saved it for the final.
Okay. So as you see, the finals end up being the Rose versus the Vinyl. I was going for the Owls who got beat by the Vinyl, but the crazy part was they had the Vinyl up. They was up by the Vinyl by 10 points and well able to close it out. But the Vinyl had Dwayne Wade on their sideline, encouraging them, motivating them. Now, mind you, I ain't mad about the Vinyl because they got Ryan Howard. And Ryan Howard is an Atlanta Dream player. So this year, between her and BG coming together, Atlanta Dream gonna be very improved to me. But the game before that, when you had the Rose, who was without Angel Reese, Chelsea Gray went off 39 points in that semifinals game. I'm talking about went off, called bucket, called game at the end of the game. So as you see right now, the finals was the Vinyl versus the Rose, man. But what's your take on how you feel about how they did with this league, man? Because I think it's phenomenal for what they were able to do, man, and what they were able to accomplish with this league, bro.
Yeah, I agree, and I think we had a small conversation about it before. But I feel like I like how the court is a little smaller, it's compact, so it gives you like fast paced game, high scoring game where they're making quick decisions. Um, I like how even the final they had them going to a certain point total. I like how they're doing different things to give it a feel that it's his own game, but they pull
Mm-hmm.
out all the stops to make it exciting as well. Because right now the girls are hot. And I think for people like our age who've been there since the induction of the WNBA, sometimes their game would get kind of bogged down and get a little boring. So what they're
Right.
doing now is taking these women have become better athletes, and so they're using that. And because women ain't out here dunking a whole lot, they got to play fundamentally sound. So they're basically playing. They've created a league, and they're playing the type of basketball that we grew up loving, the fundamentals, picking and rolling, blocking shots, fast breaking, fun. With the
Mm-hmm.
names, it's starting to be even more like cool players and names to go with. Like before, it was just a few names. Now you can name 8 to 10 female players that are just good, and we got more coming on the way. Like I don't even think Caitlin Clark even played in the league. You know what I'm saying? You got
Right.
you got Juju coming. So it's going to continue to get bigger and better, man. But I give it definitely a thumbs up, man. I
Yeah.
enjoyed watching the games that I saw.
I agree, man. I think that it's phenomenal because of the fact that they were able to find a way for them to make money playing the game that they love and stay on the domestic side and not have to go overseas where their family can't see them. And then, of course, with everything that happened with Brittany Griner a few years back when she was over in Russia,
Mm-hmm.
they were able to alleviate stuff like that and come together and form a league. What I want them to do is even more is continue going it, maybe add some more teams.
Yep.
Also, um, even to come together a little bit more because you hear a lot of speculation about how they feeling about Caitlin Clark, and about the press that she's getting. But I mean, she hot right now. You know what I'm saying? So you got
Yeah.
some players that are feeling bad about that, but Juju gonna get the same thing when Juju come in. So I think they need to continue to unite and understand that the more publicity that we can get from other players, the better we can be as a league, which is going to bring more revenue and more money to us. So I
Mm-hmm.
think that for them to do what they did this year and to have the sponsorship that they had, as you see, shout out to TNT for showing it Max, the streaming service, and True TV.
Right.
Like this was dope. This was really big, man. So I give them a great shout out for what they were able to do, man, because it was it's been good, and it's been like you said, it's been good basketball, man.
Yeah.
Like as you can see in the highlights, man, they straight up balling. It's like how we would have played back in the day. So you play 4-on-4 on the side goals instead of having to run on the full court. You
That's what it
know,
reminded me of. Them side goals. There used to be
yeah,
some good games on them side goals in high school.
man, what you talking about? Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So and as you said, man, last night the Rose pulled it out. You know what I'm saying? They got the victory in the
Mm-hmm.
first championship. But the publicity that they've had, I've known people that have went down to Miami to watch them play, and they've come back saying nothing but great reviews on how well it's been organized and how just good the games have been, and just how even the arena has been. It's been every seat has been good, where it's felt like even though you may have had a higher seat, but it still felt courtside. So I think they have something that's great and that's been innovative. If they just continue to push it and add more players and more teams, man, it's gonna continue to skyrocket, man. Because women's basketball is on the rise, man. I'm so excited about this women's tournament that's coming up for March Madness. Like this thing is gonna be lit. Like it's gonna be some great players playing in this women's basketball tournament, and the teams are phenomenal. So I appreciate it, man. Just being a sportsman and just a lover of basketball. I appreciate it definitely, man. So
Mm-hmm.
definitely just wanted to give them a shout out, man, and just talk about how good they played last night, as you see with this championship game, and how
Mm-hmm.
everything went down, man. And First one to 62 wins, and there it is.
Yeah, I
Bam.
like that. That was cool.
So yeah, man, big shout out to them, man, to the Unrivaled League, man, for doing what they do. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, we got to
yeah,
link
man,
up, man.
definitely, man. So look, bro, I ain't gonna hold you, man, because I know you got to get up early in the morning too, man. So
Mhm.
definitely want to appreciate you coming in. I know it's a late night on this emergency edition of We Win Sports Talk, man. So we win Sports Talk family, man. Give a shout out to my boy, the best side wing man in the business, LT the Guru, for
You already
showing up
know.
for us tonight. You know what I'm saying? And man, definitely appreciate you, man. We gonna be back again. Bring you on, man. We gonna coordinate like we always do, man. But man, my brother, have a good night, man. I appreciate you, my dog.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
All
Respect.
right, man. Yes, sir. Love. Peace. Man. So, hey, wasn't the show that we expected, but it ended up being an awesome show anyway. You know what I'm saying? So definitely appreciate my guy for showing love and showing up, you know. LT the Guru for showing up. Definitely appreciate Adrian for showing up, showing love on the show, man. But you know, we things must come to an end at some point. So this is where we get into that moment where I just remind y'all of how life can be really good if you just choose to look at things from a different perspective, man. I will re-air the show that me and Doe did because I have that Shador Sanders footage that I wanted to put up. So I definitely want to make sure you guys get a chance to see that because that was a phenomenal show we did also. But also the moment of inspiration I did for that show was also pretty awesome too. And I had on the same legendary shirt, man, because this show was legendary. You know, we got BBD together. And we was New Edition. We just missing Bobby Brown. You know, and he'll be on, you know. Bobby had some things that he had to work through, but he'll be on definitely. But I definitely want to appreciate my guests for showing up and showing love for us. But definitely, because this was a true legendary show. Having my boy A-Dog and having my boy LT the Guru, big LT the Guru on the show as we talked about a couple of topics and didn't even think we was going to get into that LeBron James, Michael Jordan, and Kobe incident. But hey, that's the great thing about being able to do what you do and what you love and the way you do it, man. So this has been a great show. It's been a long last 40 hours for us here at We Win Sports Talk. But it's been great, man. It's been a great show today. And my moment of inspiration, I'll take a sip of water. It's real simple. As it was the night before last, was endurance, man. You know, we did the last show and the show was phenomenal, man. It was a great show. And when we put it up, I went and looked at it. Here, we had a lot of storms and tornadoes that was happening in our area. And I thank God for his protection because my house was straight, my house was good. We lost power, but we lost power at the time when it was time to go to sleep. So we went to sleep, woke up, had to go to the airport early in the morning. Did that. By the time I got back from doing everything I had to do, I had an industry job I had to do, take care of. But by the time I finished that job, the power was on. I got a message from the power company saying your power is restored. So the power was really off while we were asleep. So it didn't really affect us that much. However, what I understand is in that moment that it was when I was looking at the show while the power was off on my laptop or on my phone, that I realized we had an issue. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I got a marketing team that's getting ready to handle all this and they're getting ready to promote it. And we got a major technical issue that I had to deal with. So I had to take the show down. At that moment, you can feel sorry for yourself. You can be like, oh man. But you know what? As I said in that show, you have to learn how to endure. And sometimes in life, things are going to happen. And you have to learn how just to endure with it so that you can continue to be better so you continue to grow. Because the race ain't given to the swift, it ain't given to the strong, it's given to the one that endures. And one thing that I can say, like I said last week, this has been my birthday month. I just spent the last year doing a lot of reflecting on the things that have happened in my lifetime, things that I want to achieve, and things that I want to get into. And in that reflection, I realized God has been good. And as long as you continue to stay faithful with Him and trust and believe in Him and endure, no matter what you go through, and stay consistent, it's gonna be all right. You know, I heard something Coach Prime said, and I echo it and agree with it. And I continue to say it to other people. I don't have bad days. Your day is what you make it. May have bad moments, may have bad situations, but that's not going to make my day. I'm in control of my day. As long as I continue to endure and continue to press forward, everything is going to be okay. So I don't have bad days. I may have a bad moment or a bad situation that I have to deal with, but overall, I always look at the fact that it could be worse somewhere else. It could always be worse. So through those bad moments or those bad situations, I always try to find a light in the tunnel and a silver lining. And I always find a moment of praise. I know that it could be worse somewhere else. I see a lot of struggle every day when I'm going through downtown Atlanta. When I'm going through downtown and coming home, I see a lot of struggle. So I always have a reason to be like, God, thank you. Life could really be hard. There's nobody want to be in a hard situation. Why are you sound out there smooth? What's that purpose for? Because I want you to know, no matter what you're going through in life, just endure. Get to it. God will not allow it to happen into your life. It was meant to kill you. You just got to know where you find your release at. For me, I find my release in trusting Him and believing what His word said, that He got me. That no matter what, His love is going to prevail because He loves me. So I'm going to be all right. So endure to the end. Even with this show, we endure. We went through situations on the last show. Got to endure. Got to stay consistent. Got to continue to believe in what we're doing that is going to make impact. It's going to make impact. I make purpose a consistent thing. Impact. So, hey, endure to the end, man. Stand strong. You're going to make it. Hey, man, that's the name of the show. We Win Sports Talk. There you go. Peace. God loves you. I love you. Appreciate y'all for watching, man. And remember, few things. Like, comment, and subscribe. Yes. Like, comment, and subscribe. Continue to run these numbers up, man. I appreciate y'all. We on the come up. And it's because of y'all supporting. Of course, because of him. But be able to reach y'all and y'all support. So we thank you for that. Also, on all social media platforms, at Smooth T, the number 4, real. Again, that's at Smooth T, the number 4, real. Remember, this is your boy, your host with the most, Smooth T. And as we always say, winning is the end game. So if you ain't about to win, don't go in. We appreciate you. Peace. God bless. Y'all have a great night. We'll see y'all for the next show. Tell you, we just gonna keep coming back, bringing these bangers, man. There you go. Peace.